Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me again. Okay, so I will begin in about 2 minutes. So during these 2 minutes, can you please share with your friends and share the link and please share with everyone. Okay, post on your Facebook group, on your Instagram and things like that. In the meantime, I myself, I'm also going to share the link as well. So I hope everyone has been doing well. This past week has been like Christmas. Uh, this past week has been Christmas week, and then I've been celebrating quite a bit with Oppa, and we have gone to quite a lot of places to play. Okay, because we had a staycation as well. So this time, oh, okay. So this time, oh, you can see here, I'm actually printing something. So today is going to be something that is quite interesting and fun. I am going to make ornaments. So please do stay tuned. Okay, I already have decorated my house for Christmas. So if you can see, my house is very decorated for in preparation for Christmas already. And I am making some ornaments. The tree is up, so I'm making some ornaments to actually add onto the tree. This is my first. Okay, it's the second time celebrating Christmas with Oppa. Okay, since we got married, but last year we didn't have a tree in the house, so this year we do. So it's my first time trying to like decorate and make things look nice and pretty for Christmas at the house. Hi, Oppa. Oppa, say hi. Okay, let's see. I have to. Okay, for those that are just joining, feel free to please add your comments. All right, and I will definitely say, I will definitely want to you know uh, see what you all have to say. And then, of course, today is a bit different. So the Christmas ornaments I'm making is very also personalized and things like that. So please do let me know what you think, okay? This whole month will be very Christmas themed. So I will definitely do many things in relation to Christmas. Today is Christmas ornaments. So I will be doing a very personalized type of Christmas ornament. So I have a lot of gadgets actually lying around, but I definitely will want to do want you all to stay tuned also and to take a look. And if you have any comments, then let me know. Okay. Hi, Jasmine. All right. Okay. So I think I will begin now. All right. So thank you for joining me. So today I am going to be making Christmas ornaments. All right. I'll be using polymer clay, but it's not completely polymer clay too. It's a mix of like different types of things. But I will show you what I'm going to make, which is like this. I'm not sure if you can see on the camera. Okay, but I'm going to make something like this. And this one, you can hang it on the tree. It's a very personalized type of Christmas ornaments. Okay, so there are a few different, I'm actually going to show you. I have many gadgets, but what I did, I bought this a few years back. So I bought a uh, Fuji, it's it's those Polaroid printer. Okay, I really like it because like I can choose the pictures from my phone and then I can print any picture I want. So I am going to print a picture that that I want. Oh, okay, hang on. I have to yes. Where is my oh, it turned off. Okay. So I have to turn it on. I have to print this picture. I'm going to print the picture that Oppa and I took like when I graduated. I think that was quite a meaningful photo. And then I posted it on Instagram as well. So, but I think I do want to make something that I can hang on the tree. Okay. So I'm definitely going to print one of these pictures. I did one for my sister and my sister got married recently. So I'm also going to do one for my sister and her husband. It's the only nice photo I have of the two of them. So maybe something they can add to their tree also because they said they have a tree at home. Okay, so I'm done interpreting. So I'll just let the photos, what it be exposed, is it? Do you call it so that it can be seen? But I'll give it some time. All right, so this is my photos that I'll be using later. Okay, the other thing that I also did is I have to create the frame to put the photos in, and then I will do the polymer clay and stick it on too. So I created some frames. So the frames, right, you can buy it from Popular. Unfortunately, I couldn't find. So in the end, but I have actually a frame maker, so I make it myself. Okay, so I have made a few, but but they are all for landscape photos. But actually, because my sister's one, it is not landscape photo, it is a portrait photo. So I am going to make one that is portrait also. So I will show you how I make it. Okay, so this one's landscape. So, but I also, it's a gadget I have to. This one, I think you can find it in the scrapbooking section. I bought it from Popular also. Uh, so if you have a lot of Polaroid photos you want to hang, you want to create a nice frame, then you can definitely go and get this. I think it's $20 or something. I got it on a sale, so it wasn't too expensive. And then the other thing I got from Popular were these cards. These ones are like 50 grams for like $1.50. So you can get quite a number of them. And I got the very Christmas colors. Okay. So I'm going to create a green one. And then I'm just going to fold it in half. Because if you look at the Polaroid photo, the size is about there. Okay. So I'm just going to fold. This is very hard cardstock. So the paper is quite sturdy. And then I will cut the Polaroid photo. I will not photo, but I'll cut the frame to size. All right. So, okay, this cardstock, I folded it in half. Then I have this little gadget in front of me. It's for scrapbooking actually. But you can definitely, I also use it for other things as well. Okay. So I will, because this one is going to be this way. So I need to cut out something like this, all right? So I am going to do this. All right. If you buy this, then you will, um, hang on. Okay. Oh, I have to create a frame. This is very hard. I might need to stand up for this. Hang on. Because it's very hard cardstock. I have to stand up and use strength. My husband's like, what are you doing in the background? Okay. Opa, don't worry. Your wife needs her strength to do this. Okay. Oh. Okay. So, oh, you can actually hear how loud it is through the. Okay. So I created the frame. This will go through like that. Then this part is actually more for cutting the middle part. Okay, this part I have to wait till later. So I have to cut here. And then here. Okay, right now I'm creating the frame for the ornaments, okay? Then I'll move on to doing the polymer clay stuff also. Okay, so this one, because this is a bit too large, I think. So I'm going to cut down the border a little. Okay, and then, yeah. So there's a lot of little gadgets. If you want, you can also buy, I think they have those that are already made, so you can buy them. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it. They're popular. So I made it. I had this thing, that's why I'm making it myself. But I think it's a lot easier if you for you if you want to buy and create the frame and to just buy the frame because they do have ready-made frames out there, the paper ones, okay, for the Polaroid. Okay. Okay, so I'm done with the frame. So for this one, my sister's one is going to be like that. Okay, and then I'm going to this side. A lot of handicraft work today. Okay, so I'm just using double-sided tape here to kind of tape it all down so that it will be, I can create a frame. And then you don't have to tape it all shut on all sides. You just tape on 3 sides because if you want, you can actually change the photo inside next time. Totally up to you, okay? So this is just something for you to take note of. Okay, this way. Oh, actually, might be better for it to be this way because this is a portrait photo and not landscape one. So I'm just creating the frame for the portrait photo. So there's a lot of it's a bit different from what I usually do. Usually I do a lot of um, polymer clay just making. So today I'm actually mixing a few different mediums. Okay, there's a bit of paper crafting, and then I will move on to the polymer clay. So I won't say that I'm an expert in paper crafting, but there are some projects that I feel that it would require different forms of medium, I would say. And sometimes having different forms of medium will make things nicer too. So that's why I believe that when you're doing art and craft, if you know a few different forms of medium, I think that is useful because when you're doing your arts and craft, it actually creates a lot of freedom freedom or like for your creativity to expand, you know, and you have more choices you can do. So this one, okay, so this is the frame for the portrait, and then this is frame for landscape. So I'll show how I end up with that. Very easy later. Okay, then this part, just use a hole puncher. All right. And then we are going to punch. Okay, this one is aggravation. I always say it's aggravation. We're going to punch somewhere in the middle. Okay. So, what I gauge to be the middle of it. Oh, is it stuck? Oh no. Okay, it's a bit. Okay. So, this is the. Sorry for wow, so messy. I'm obviously not very proficient in paper crafting. My polymer clay is much neater because I'm so much better at doing that. But paper crafting is really not my forte. Okay, let's clean up the mess here. Yes, thank you, Oppa. He very kindly moved the dustbin right next to me. Okay, so this is done. The paper crafting part is done, thank goodness. Okay. So I'm going to use the red one because I have green already. So for this one, Oppa and I have a photo, a ready-made one, and then this one is Oppa and myself after my graduation. Ta-da! Okay, I think it's something nice to hang on the tree. So now when I'm pregnant, then I think we will take a photo of the baby. And then after that, put it and do something like that too and hang it on the tree. I think it makes it more meaningful that way. Okay, so we're done with the paper crafting part. Okay, so the next part I am going to do is polymer clay. Yay! This is the part that I am very comfortable with. So for polymer clay, right? I am just going to make several things. Today is really, really very simple because I already have the frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm decorating the frame with polymer clay. So basically, I took a bunch of cookie cutters that I have, like snowflakes and like star or six sided like flower. Okay, and then this one is also a flower. Okay, cookie cutter, and then I cut out the different things, and then I'm going to show you how to make candy canes. It's very Christmas also. All right, so these are the few things I am making, and then I am going to use them. So I've pre-made some already, but I'm going to use all these to decorate the photo frames that I have made, the paper photo frames. Okay, so these are the things that I am going to show you how I make. Okay, so first, Opa, if you can show this, we have made several different colors. Okay, I have several different colors. I have white, snowflake. I decided to go very traditional and then just do white. So I have white snowflake. There's gold Christmas, you know, gold, right? Silver, okay, gold silver. Then red. The flower colors is the red and the yellow, the green for the leaves. Candy cane colors, red and white. So basically, we have all these colors, very flexible. The basic colors you need are these, okay? The gold and the silver just adds a nice, like, embellishment, okay? So that it's not all, because all these colors are very bright already. So gold and silver are colors that are maybe will give it a bit more elegance, all right? So this is what we're going to do. We will work with the white first, since white is the lightest color. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut a bit of the white. Okay. And then I got my trusty roller. Okay. So make sure it's clean. And then I'm going to just roll this into a ball. Rough one. Okay. And I'm going to flatten it this way. Okay, I'm just going to make it into a sheet. So the past few times when I was doing the flattening and making it into a sheet, I always said every time you start in the middle, roll towards you, flip it around, start in the middle, roll towards you again. Okay, so this is the easiest way to get it really even and flat. Okay, and you can control the thickness as well. Okay, so if you make it, the thicker you make it, the heavier your ornament will be. So sometimes if your ornament is too heavy, it might pull down the whole tree, or like the tree like branch you're hanging off. So you might not want to make it too thick because you have a few elements to stick onto your photo frame. So I would say maybe 3 mm thick, okay, not very thick. And then I have my corn flour. So then I have this snowflake cutter. This one I just bought off Lazada. I just googled snowflake cutter. And then, yeah, okay, I found some. If not, I think Art Friend sells a few also. Or you can go to any baking store and I think they would sell some as well. So I'm coating it with corn flour. And then I am just cutting out all my snowflake shape. Okay, so you see, if there's no corn flour, it might stick on. Okay, so I just do a very thin coating of corn flour. And then I will try and find space on my sheet and cut. Okay, so I have 4 here. So basically, I just roll flat a sheet and then I just cut. It depends on how many frames you are making. If your corn flour gets onto the clay or tapioca flour, whatever you're using, it does not matter. Okay, it will come off while baking. You can blow it off. After baking, it's easier to clean off. You can just take like a damp cloth and you just kind of give it a wipe, and then it will come right off. Okay, so this one, I am done with my snowflake. So let's say while you're cutting, right, you make sure your work table is a smooth table, not the wood one, because clay will get into the grains of your wood, and then it will be very, very hard to clean off. You don't want that to happen. So you either put parchment paper, or if you're working on glass is perfect also. Glass is fine, it's easy to clean off. If it sticks onto the glass, just use your cutter, like what I just did. Kind of go underneath it and pick it up. It will come right off. Okay? So that's how I do the snowflake. So snowflake is done. And then I wipe off the excess corn flour. If your cloth is a bit damp, it's good. Okay? It will pick up all your corn flour. Then next, I am going to do candy cane. So I have white here again. I will cut a bit of my red. Okay, I cut about approximately the same size. I won't say that, I won't do very big actually. Okay, because one strip that I'm going to make can make multiple candy canes. Okay, so I'm going to do a small one. So what I'm going to do it separately. I'm going to knead my red. My red is a little bit hard, so now I'm kneading it. Okay, so I'll knead it. If your clay is a bit hard, it's okay. If you use your hands are warm, right? And you just kind of cover it for a while, your clay will actually soften up. And then the more you knead it, the softer it becomes. Okay. So I'm using my this red clay now. We are going to make candy cane. So candy cane is red and white. So it's like making dumplings. Tommy said. So cute, Tommy. Well, so my candy cane is like making dumplings, is it? Oh, the snowflake is like making dumplings. Opa was trying to tell me. Okay. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, a little bit when you roll out the flat sheet. That's very true. Hi, Bronson. Thanks. So for those that are just joining us, I am doing a ornament, okay, to hang on the tree, a very personalized one. I'm sure many of you all have a lot of photos at home. So instead of like putting it in an album, because I was thinking like, I did so many photos, then I make all these scrapbooks to kind of, but then after that, I never opened my scrapbook to look at the photos. So I thought Christmas, if I hang on the tree, it's constantly there and people will constantly look at it. So I chose a few, I decided to try and make ornaments with some of the photos. So that's what I'm doing now, okay? So I'm showing you the elements of it. I already finished the frame, showed you how to make the frame. So now I am making the clay elements to kind of stick on the frame. Okay. If you want to find out how to make the frame for those that just joined, you can watch back again, or you can private message me, okay? Because I do have the gadgets, I bought something. If you're interested to find out what I bought or where I bought it from, you can just definitely drop me a message. Let me know, okay? Uh you can let me know, and then I will definitely reply. Okay, if you want, we can have a session together. I have everything anyway, so and I'll make sure that I have everything too. So if you're interested in making something, let me know, and then I will also actually have a session with you to kind of let you know how to make it. Okay, so now right now I'm rolling out strings for my clay. Okay, so these strings that I'm rolling out is to be for the candy cane. So I have a string in red, right? And then a string in white. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that it's even in thickness and things like that. If you want to be very sure, if you have a flat acrylic sheet, it'll be good. If you don't have, then there's a photo frame that is also flat. Okay, you can use the photo frame cover. Is it what do you call the photo frame? When photo frames all come with this plastic protective cover, right? You can also use that. And I just bought one from Daiso that day $2, and then I just used the plastic thing, so it also works. So if you use this and then you kind of roll it, it will be very, very even. It will get rid of fingerprints too, okay? Then now I'm just going to join the two this way, and then I'm going to twist it. So when I twist it, that's how, okay, you can twist it this way too, but that's how candy canes, they have this twisted pattern, right? The white and the red. Then you take this board again, and you kind of roll it, and then you get this twisted pattern. Okay, so this is how I have made my candy cane pattern. Very easy, very quick, not difficult at all. Okay, you cut off the ends so they will look a bit prettier. All right, then you have your candy cane. Okay, so for candy canes, it depends on how big or how small you want. Because my photo frames are not very big, right? I don't want them very big either. So I'm going to bend one end cane, right? So you have like the little hook at the end. And then I just make it this way, just cut it off. Okay, so I just use my fingers to kind of round the bottom. I think this is good and big enough. All right, if your frame is bigger, you can definitely make your cane a bit bigger. Okay, so or a bit longer. But if you don't want it to, if your frame is smaller like mine, then I'll actually do ones that are a little bit smaller, like that. Okay, so you do the hook first. Okay, and then after that you just cut off whatever length you want. So you're making a few. You can make a few with one strip. So you don't have to make a strip that's too long. You can just make something a little bit shorter. And then you can, okay, just do whatever size you want. So I have a few different sizes. I have a really small one, I have a bigger one this way, things like that. So it doesn't matter. Okay, you have a few different sizes. Then you can play around with it and choose which one you want to stick onto your frame. Okay, so my candy cane is done. Next, I'm going to show you how I make the poinsettias. This one. Poinsettias are a very classic Christmas flower. So I'm taking red. Okay, again the red. And then I have my cookie cutter. I have this flower cookie cutter which I use. Okay. So my flower cookie cutter, I will, if you don't, I think you can find this flower cookie cutter in NTUC. I used it, I think it was for making kueh bangkit, if I'm not wrong, Chinese New Year. So you can find it. If not, where has it? Poon Huat. I think Poon Huat has this kind of cookie cutters too. If not, I always believe Lazada online has everything. Shopee. So you can just Google online like flower cookie cutters and see what comes up. Sometimes that's what I do to find like the patterns that I want. Okay, so I'm flattening out a sheet again in red. And then I am coating my cookie cutter. Remember to coat it, especially plastic. If not, it will really stick onto your clay and then that's it. Okay, it will be very hard. You will have to use a satay stick, push it out, and then you'll have all these patterns on it, and then it will turn out not very nice. Okay. So I'm showing you how to make a poinsettia one now. Okay, so stuck to the countertop. I'll just use the cutter to lift it up. Okay, I'll show you how I made another one again. So I will, oh, thank you, Audrey. Thanks for saying that it's nice. Yeah, I'm trying to find out different ways to make Christmas more personal, all right? Okay, so I'm flattening it again. So like I said earlier, sheet, right? You start in the middle, you roll towards you, start in the middle, roll towards you. Okay, so this is how I've done it several times in some of my previous sessions. Okay, so you can definitely take a look. This one's 2 to 3 mm thick too. You don't want to make it too thick. Since we're stacking another one on top of it, we want to make sure that it's really not too thick, okay? Okay, so this is what I'm saying. If you don't coat it with enough flour, it will get stuck like this. And then when it gets stuck like this, you have to use a satay stick or something to kind of poke it out. Okay, so this one is still, okay, this one still came off fairly easily. Sometimes when I poke it out, you can see there's actually a bit of satay stick pattern there from trying to poke it out. All right, so that's why if you can coat it with enough corn flour so that it won't stick, and then you won't have this problem. Okay, so I have two. Now I am going to do the leaves. Okay, so I'll just get rid of the excess corn flour first. So the leaves, I'm going to cut a bit of green. Make sure my cutter is also clean or else the other colors will get onto it. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, when you do the green, okay, start in the middle, go out towards the side, middle, roll towards you. Okay. So this is what you do. And then you get a sheet maybe big enough to cut two because I have two flowers there. So I just get a sheet that's big enough, between 2 to 3 mm thick. All right, coat it with the corn flour again. And then I'll do this and cut. Ooh, all right. So I'm done. Okay, so we have two here. If it's stuck to the tabletop, don't worry, use your cutter to kind of lift it off. Okay, like that. And like this. Okay. Then you can wipe off with a cloth. Okay. So now I have the green and red. This is my traditional poinsettias, right? So my green will be at the bottom. The green part, the leaf is at the bottom. And then I overlay the red on top. Like that. And like this. Okay. And then I have this. All right. Okay. So I have two. I give it a little press also to make sure that the two clays do like stick together. Okay. And then now I'm going to use a bit of yellow to make the middle part. Okay, so just get small round, tiny round balls, and then create small, tiny round balls. And then just stick it on. So I did poinsettia sheets. I did poinsettia sheets the last. I did poinsettia sheets the last time, and then I created like earrings and things like that. So this is actually just creating the poinsettia itself, and not the to not put it on the sheet. But I already know how to make this, so I may as well just make it, and then put it on my um, photo frame to stick it on the photo frame. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now, and then you can create. I've taught many different projects on how to make many different things. So all this can be used in, you can create different things with it. All right. So this one will then go on to my baking plate like that. And then the next one I'm going to create is yeah. Okay. So for the snowflakes, I created some snowflakes earlier on, right? So some snowflakes earlier on that I've created, I am going to add a bit more detail to some of these snowflakes. Some of these snowflakes I'll leave it as white. Some of these snowflakes I will add a bit of detail. So some of the details I will do is maybe I will add like a silver on top of it or gold, because the whole thing of white might be a bit too like not very nice. Okay, so yeah, so I will show you how I'm going to do it. So basically, I'm doing the same thing as earlier on. I am going to just roll out. I have silver here, okay? So the silver here, I am just going to roll it into a flat sheet like I have been doing earlier, okay? And then I have my cookie cutter again. This time, maybe I'll take a star pattern cookie cutter, very tiny one. Okay, this one I use for art friend. I bought from art friend. Okay, this is a very tiny cookie cutter. This is really purely for jewelry making, and it definitely, I don't think I will cut any cookie with something that is so tiny. It's really like my size of my little finger. Okay, I coat it with corn flour. I coat it with corn flour. Okay, and then I will just cut into the sheet. Okay, I cut a few. I'm not going to cut too many. Okay, so I've cut about 3. And then I'll just take one here, and then I'll put it on top of my snowflake like that. So it adds a bit of a detail. It adds a little bit of detail to my snowflake. Okay, so I've added this. Okay, then my excess one, I can just leave it. Maybe I want to have a small star stuck somewhere else. Okay, so I will just leave that small star somewhere else. Okay, just leave it there. I'm not going to stick it on top of a snowflake. Then now, I said gold, right? So of course I'm going to use gold. And I'm going to do the same thing. Start in the middle, roll it into a sheet. And then after that, just keep. About 2 to 3 mm thick, nothing too thick. Okay. So I have my other small cookie cutter that I have. Definitely coat it with flour again. A thin coating will do. Doesn't have to be too thick. I just cut a few or as many as I can from this one sheet. Okay, so I have to constantly coat it in flour, else the clay will keep getting stuck to it. So I'll just cut as many as I can from the one sheet that I have rolled out. Okay. So the gold one like that here. Okay, I put it on top of my white color snowflake and I just press it in. And I'll just take another one this way. So my white color snowflake is not so like boring. Then all the excess that I have, okay, all this little excess, I will just bake it. And then I can use it to decorate parts of my photo frame if I want. Okay, so I have all these. Okay, so this is done. Okay, I'm finished with today's clay. Okay, so all that will be sent into baking. So when I send this into baking, right, I have the big oven at home. So the big oven at home that I have, I will do 30 minutes for 120 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I will stick it in. If I stick it in at a higher temperature at like 130, then I'll put it about 25 minutes. Okay, but definitely play around with the oven that you have at home. If your toaster is the smaller one, someone did ask me before that they have a small toaster, the kind that is not built in, but it definitely can go up to 100, more than 130 degrees. Then my suggestion is put it low to medium setting. Don't put it so high because you don't want your clay to burn. Okay. If you are my suggestion also, sometimes for those toasters, there's the top heating and bottom heating. Just turn on the bottom one. So even if it does burn, the bottom part of it burns. So at least the top part is still nice and pretty. Okay. So it can still be kind of salvageable. Uh, and then 5 minutes first, and then after 5 minutes, take out, test, use your fingernails to kind of give it a poke. If there's a mark, that means it is underbaked, and you have to stick it back in for, my suggestion, 2 minutes. Then you do in out like that until the mark, of course, when you do it again. Okay, if you want to check for the marks, right, flip to the back, okay? Don't do at the front. If you do at the front, it means it will be full of nail marks. So you do to the back just to a tiny one to see whether there's any marking there. And then you just do in and out until for like a minute or 2 minutes until it is done. Then you total the time, and that is the amount of time that you need. Okay, so you need to, if you're starting out, you never used your toaster oven before, this is what you have to do. After you get used to it, you can just stick it in once and take it out. You don't have to keep doing this in and out thing again. A lot of people ask me, is it very toxic? And then, if it melts and stuff. Yeah, if you want to play it safe, then of course, do it on a plate that this is not meant for eating. This is really just for polymer clay. The fumes itself is not toxic, but if you burn until, anything that's burned is really not good. Even food that you burn in the oven is also not good also, okay? So basically you have to like air the oven after you have burned something, anything. And then you have to make sure that because it's just the fumes itself, so you just have to make sure that you really air it very, very well if it really burns, but that's if it burns very, very badly. Okay. So once if you see smoke coming out from the oven, you know that more or less actually it's starting to burn already. So you better take it out quick. All right. So you keep an eye on it if you're not very sure. But it is definitely safe to bake it in the same oven as your food. Not at the same time, but yeah, to bake, all right, to use the same oven that you use for food is okay. Just make sure the plate you put it on is not used for food can already. All right, so this one I'm going to stick it in the oven. Then I have these things that are done already. So I am going to stick it onto my frieze that I have made earlier. Okay, so the frames that I have made earlier, I am going to have to kind of tidy up everything. Okay, so I have made some earlier, right? So I have hamstring. Okay, this is hamstring. Okay, so hamstring I got it from Daiso. I think it was like 3 for $2 or something. It was very, very cheap. Okay, not expensive at all. Okay, I will cut it to length, of course. And then my suggestion is when you put it through the hole you punch, right? Do it this way and do this type of loop. So when you hang it, it will hang and face you, okay? And then you just tie a dead knot on top. Okay, and these strings just a little bit on the short side. Okay. So this type of hamstring I like because it's natural looking and then it looks like, you know, with the tree and stuff, it will blend in pretty well. Okay, you can get like gold string or silver string and things like that. You can also, but I prefer like this. It looks like it gives it a very natural look. Okay, so I'll show you again. The part. Okay, so through this hole, right? You put the two ends together like that. Put it through the hole. And then you kind of pull it through this way. And then you can do a dead knot. All right, with the hamstring. So you just do a dead knot with it. Like that. And this is done. Okay? Then we are going to stick some of the elements. So before sticking, okay, I have this glue, just craft glue. I got it from Art Friend also. Very, very cheap, not expensive at all. Okay. It's meant for it's craft glue, so it's meant to like polymer clay and paper and things like that. I use the same glue to kind of stick my, you know, my metal ear studs to the polymer clay. So this is the same glue I use. It is strong, it will hold. It will bind with paper. So this shouldn't be, this type of glue is good enough. All right. You can buy a few tubes this size. I think for like maybe $1 plus $2. It's not very expensive from my friend. If you have any questions, you can ask me also. We can go on a shopping trip and then I can show you where I got all these things and wow, I bought it and you know things like that. Okay, and recommend what you want to what you can use also. Okay, so I am going to I have two frames in front of me, right? My suggestion before you glue anything down, okay, before like you glue, just place like a few, you know, things around, like how you want to decorate it, you know, and things like that. Okay, maybe like you want a certain look, then you go for it, you place it, um, and then see what you are happy with before gluing anything down. Because it can be very once you glue it down, it might not be it is irreversible. Once you glue it down, it's irreversible already. When you have to tear it out from paper, right? It's very yeah, you will not be able to tear it out already, okay? So maybe there's a few things I want to do like this way. And then you can decorate how you want to decorate it. Okay, maybe with more bow, like that. No, not so nice. Yeah, I think it was nice with the poinsettias this way. you know, or I can do the candy cane on top. You see, so I'm playing around. Basically, I'm playing around with it now to see how I want to make the. Oh, that's cute too. Heart-shaped candy cane. Maybe a bit of silver stars here. We can add the silver star on this side together with the poinsettia. And then maybe have a gold. So you can really do whatever you want to, you know, kind of do with your silver or gold. You can do whatever you want to do with your thing. But my suggestion is, like I was saying earlier, you place it on the poster, on the card, on the frame. And then once you're happy with how it looks, okay, then glue it all down. So just you can at least still move it around, and then until you're happy with it, then you can kind of like glue everything down. If you're not happy with it, then of course, you can just shift it again until you are. So something like that. Okay. So maybe I will do something like this. Okay. So I will just glue down. Once I'm happy with how it looks like, glue it down. A little in the middle, a little glue in the middle. Just stick it down. You don't need a lot. Glue the big pieces first. Okay, once you glue the big pieces, then it's easier to kind of put the small pieces around it. Okay, so you just glue the big piece, then you can arrange the small piece around it. So you definitely have to try and see, what you like. So the candy cane, okay, you don't need too much glue. And this is not super glue, so if it does get on your fingers, it is okay. All right, you can like wipe it off. It's a little bit like Yoo-hoo glue, the yellow ones. Okay, the one that comes in the yellow tube. A bit stronger than that, but it's not like super glue, so you don't have to worry about like if it gets on your fingers, it's like very bad for the skin. Okay, this one's okay. Not so bad, this glue. Okay, so I'm happy with how this looks. I'm done with the photo frame like that. Okay, so this is the photo frame. Then it will hang on the tree. Okay, so then now I have this one. So we will do the same thing. Okay, I will arrange, maybe I'll put a few candy cane. Maybe something a bit simpler. All right. The stars. And maybe a star here also. So nothing too complicated. All right, or you can line, if you have enough, you can line the whole frame. Okay, you can line the whole frame with your polymer clay. Okay, you can line the whole frame with your polymer clay. So I will show you how that I do this also. So I have a few here. And then maybe I'll add a poinsettia here, another snowflake here. Okay, a candy cane here. And then another candy cane. Like this. So I want, ooh, something like this. Okay. So I can do like the whole frame. Just stick. Okay, this glue tends to dry really quick. So, because I left it open for a while, it actually dried, the top part dried off quickly. So you just want to, it's okay, you can always just remove that layer and then you can just use another, then you can just continue using it, okay? So that's what you can do. This glue is quite good to use. I use everything. And stick it on. This is like decorating the whole frame with your polymer clay. All right. So you can do this. It's really very flexible. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Just make sure that you place it all down first, and then you can at least, you know, shift, see how it looks like before you glue it all down. Okay. So very simple. This is done already. All right. The other thing that I did, okay, to kind of personalize it more is I took a Sharpie. Okay, this is if you want to write, let's say you want to write a date. Okay, then you can write at wherever you want to write. Okay, so you can write the date here, 2020. Okay, let's say. So you can do this, personalize it. This was me and Oppa. So I wrote my name and Oppa's like initial. Okay, then this one, you can write the date on it. It's also fine, up to you. So you can really personalize it however you want. Okay, so I'm going to hang this on the tree. Oppa is going to follow me. All right, I have two this way. Okay, so this is the tree. I'm going to hang one here. Oh, was I going to hang it here? Here? Where should I hang it, Oppa? Here? Then my tree is nicely, at least there's some personal touches to it. Okay? And then here. Yeah, so it's done already. All right. So I wanted to say thank you for joining me today. Okay, I am done. Um, I will show more ornaments because you can see my tree is a little bit bare. So I want to have more ornaments on it. So next week I will show something else again. Ornaments to hang on the tree or to decorate the house with. Okay. So if you all can join me again next week, I'll be really happy. So I'll see you guys soon again. Okay. In the meantime, if there's any questions, do message me, PM me. I will definitely reply. If not, then have a look at the Facebook group as well. You can definitely drop messages there. Okay. So later on, Eric will be having a CPF at 2 p.m. In a few minutes time. So please do stay tuned too. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon again. Bye.